All right, so what I wanted to do is read the climate art statement. Let's just see if I can't get it over here so I can read it. So this is a draft. Oh, that's not good. Let's see if I can zoom again. All right, so let's see if this doesn't work or not. So this is the draft of something I'm working on for Poly, for Greenopedia, about my first statement about what climate art is. And it might need a little work, so I'm going to try it out on you guys. See what you think now that there's some context. Okay, here is the sobering news. The climate crisis is worse than you think. Though it is often presented as a problem with a known solution, in reality, civilization is failing a dire situation with no realistic scenario that will avoid profound consequences. Consequences for civilization and the fabric of life itself. On top of this, the situation is from another time, literally. Think about it. We have already changed the atmosphere to a composition that last existed before there were humans on the planet. The ice we are melting is millions of years old and holds the memory of a time before humanity. The coal and oil represents probably 500 million years of plants storing up the sun's energy. We have unleashed a story way older than humankind, way, way older than civilization. In short, we have a civilizational koan. If we are lucky and ride this out, we will have to collectively transform it into something we would not today recognize. We will have to come at it from a place from beyond our current imagination. Imagine the microbes in your stomach becoming aware of the shape of the whole human body, then initiating a transformation into a plant. Like, that's the scale of change we're talking about, right? We're in, like, you know, the city's an organism too, right? We are in meta-beings that we've created that we would also have to transform. Our global supply chain of oil is a being also. It has physical manifestation in the world, so does the internet. Okay, so where was I? That's the real challenge before us. So, if we're going to bring the best of ourselves to the situation, the best of humanity to the moment, we are going to have to come at it from another time, literally. All of which is rather abstract and metaphysical, which is what brings us to art. Didn't want to use that up on art is the realm in which we can naturally engage the abstract and discover something new. The artist is a role in society who can be taken seriously when making the abstract tangible. Climate art is more than just art and creativity. It is more than just expanding awareness, more than just communicating ideas. Climate art is the intersection of art and the climate crisis. So it must be about engaging the subject directly and building capacity in the qualities and talents necessary for the scale of challenge facing humanity and the planetary system as a whole. That making sense? Right? This is much about getting comfortable in the unknown, for example, as it is about specifically doing it. So, like, keeping a kid's curiosity alive with whatever is more important than telling them to recycle. Literally. Okay. Climate art is building capacity and talents necessary. It is It is ambitious. The climate art movement has to outcompete paradigms. The climate art charge is to create an engagement of the situation so compelling that it simply trumps our current distractions and boxes of reality. Imagine an art movement that rivals religion and economics in defining our daily reality. Totally impossible. Can't imagine it actually happening. So, I'm going to go for it. Right? But that's the level of, that's the level of engagement that might be necessary in the whole crisis. Like, if you're engaging the climate crisis in some other level, that's more important to you than economic theory or religion. You know, it's just more interesting. So what are the characteristics of climate art, and where do we see it now? One obvious beginning is the art of witnessing and melting our geologic ice. The photographers and filmmakers such as James Balog, Sebastian Copeland, and others who are documenting our disappearing glaciers and landscapes of ice before they're no longer intact. Another example of climate art is the work of Bill McKibben and 350.org, advocating for the impossible goal of divesting from the fossil fuel industry. A grand public opera if there ever was one. It is climate art because it enrolls all in the story as active participants. Other good news for climate art includes the growing body of no-spectator art experiences, such as Burning Man, which are by their nature both a co-creative form, but which also demonstrate that new, unpredicted realities can work and even be more compelling than the current default reality. These, however, are just the beginning threads. The promise of the climate art movement is to catalyze an evolution in humanity we could not now predict. It is to let go into the unknown and surprise ourselves, creating impacts that last millennia. There is no time to waste. So we just close with the closing that I like to use. This is an important point. What's this? That's Tom Sawyer. What's happening?
Well,
He's telling his friend to paint the fence instead of him?
well,
What's
no.
the cliched understanding of this?
Well, he makes it sound fun,
He makes it sound fun.
painting the fence.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that how everyone runs? Is that how you
Yeah.
run it? Right? Yeah, he
Yeah.
tricks everyone into it's
Oh,
fun.
painting it,
Right? Yeah, but that's not quite my take on it. He made it fun. He made it more fun than going to the river. And in reality, it was more fun. They all had more fun. There's a real good lesson there, right? Not only do you have to figure out how to make it fun, but you got to make it more fun. Well, the climate art movement is one thing. It's going to be fun. It's got to be. And it's more fun just because it's engaging your mind more. It's more interesting, for one. Right? So that's an important point that I would like to leave you. But then there's also just not lose your larger perspective. Remember that it's a big, vast universe. Wow.